Mike Cardano with Roto Experts in the Fantasy Sports Network here with you on this Boston Strong Monday, April 21st. I hope all of you had a wonderful weekend. And for those of you who celebrated Easter Sunday, hopefully you fared better than Jesus, who apparently was arrested during the Boston Bruins playoff game. It is the start of week 4 in your yearly leagues, but every day is a new day in daily fantasy, and I'm here to put the odds of winning matchups today in your favor. But first, we are nothing without performance, so let's take a look at Friday's picks. On Friday, we used Sonny Gray, Aaron Harang, and Giancarlo Stanton. Now, Gray picked up a win with a quality start going 6 innings, striking out 4, and Harang and Stanton killed it. Harang threw 7 shutout innings against the Mets with 5 strikeouts, and Stanton went 3 for 3 with a home run and 5 RBI. So hopefully you were able to benefit from those picks. All right, let's move on to today, where depending on what contest you're involved in, this one may or may not fit your profile because it's an 11:05 Eastern Standard Time start. Now, Dustin Pedroia is 11 for 22 in his career against Wei-Yin Chen. I couldn't get a locate on him when I scanned the site, so I'm not sure where he's available. But regardless of his price, if he is available for you, that's just too good of a track record to pass up on. Pittsburgh Pirates second baseman Neil Walker is 10 for 31 with a home run and 11 RBI against Red starter Mike Leake. He is $4,600 on DraftKings, but he's just $3,200 on FanDuel, so go and plug him in over there. Nick Swisher is batting .350 over a decent sample size, going 14 for 40 with 2 home runs and 14 RBI in his career against today's Kansas City starter Jeremy Guthrie. He is just $3,800 on DraftKings with dual eligibility at first and outfield, giving you lots of flexibility when putting your roster together. And over at FanDuel, they are practically paying you to take him as a first baseman. He's just $2,800. White Sox starter John Danks is pitching at Comerica Park today against the Tigers. Now, you don't want him because Ian Kinsler, Austin Jackson, Torrey Hunter, and Alex Avila all pummel him historically, each with plenty of career at-bats against him, doing a lot of damage. Today might be a wonderful day to stack you some Tigers. On the pitching side of the ledger, I love Julio Teheran today, mostly because of his price. He's just $7,600 on FanDuel and just $8,100 on DraftKings, where there are 11 pitchers commanding higher premiums today. With Giancarlo Stanton just 1 for 9 in his career against them, the risk-reward seems pretty decent here. Looks like there may be some possible thunderstorms in Chicago and Milwaukee, and perhaps some mid-game precipitation in Detroit as well. If you're playing Diamondbacks, Cubs, Padres, Brewers, White Sox, or Tigers, be sure to double-check the weather before game time to make sure that's what you want. For more daily fantasy coverage, tune into SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio, Sirius 210 XM87, for the first word in daily fantasy with an entire hour dedicated to the day's daily fantasy gaming with Dr. Roto and Tony Sincata, along with daily fantasy industry heavyweights Drew Dinkmeyer and Mike Leone, as well as some of the most well-known fantasy players in the space. And to get your fantasy fix while you're getting ready or commuting to work, tune into the Roto Experts in the Morning Show with Scott Engel and Adam Rodas from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, weekdays right here on the Fantasy Sports Network or on SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio. And for those of you on the West Coast, we will replay the show here on the network during your 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. time slot. And the first ever Fantasy Sports Network is here. You're watching it now, and you can now take it with you wherever you go. The new Fantasy Sports Network mobile app is your season ticket to the latest fantasy news, information, and analysis. Get access to the live stream of television programming, along with a suite of in-depth articles, on-demand videos, and podcasts. Fantasy Sports now goes wherever you go. The Fantasy Sports Network mobile app, available now on iTunes. And good luck in your daily games, everyone, particularly those of you who are Boston Strong.